I got to get one more box here. Just a second. Yeah, if I don't get this done, my day is messed up. This is always the first thing after I set up the cash drawers. The lettuce is one of the first things I get done. Get it out of the way. Get one more box here. Okay, good.
Robert is here, and so is his family. For more than 50 years, Robert has brought in many customers from around the city, state, country, and even the world. Located in Florida City, the fruit stand offers a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and they also feature milkshakes that will make you come back for more. Like every business, Robert has had his humble beginnings, but let us have Robert tell you the story himself.
My family, back when I was just a little kid, 6 years old, was having a rough time financially. They didn't have any money. They had no income. They were trying their best to farm and bring a product to market. And my dad's cucumbers on the market weren't selling. The market was so flooded with them that when he needed to pick his second picking of cucumbers, he had no money to buy boxes. And he went to collect money from his cucumbers that he picked the first picking. And the guy says, I couldn't sell them. They're still in the cooler. He says, we're actually going to have to dump them because they've been in there too long. And back in 1959, the transportation system was a little slower getting them out of here. And when they got too much age on them in the coolers here, they wouldn't put them on. And Dad said, no, we're not going to dump my cucumbers. He says, just leave them there and I'll come back and get them. So he went back and got his 400 bushel of cucumbers and picked the second picking of cucumbers and packed them in the old boxes that he got back. And Saturday came up. That was, I don't know exactly if it was Thursday or Friday, but Saturday came up and he put me on the corner right where you're standing. Of course, there was no building or anything. It was just a piece of plywood and a couple of field crates holding it up. And I sat here all day long and absolutely nobody stopped. So my parents came and picked me up that night and they couldn't believe I didn't sell anything. They were just needing any kind of nickels or dimes. And the next day, I guess they both talked and figured out maybe the people driving by didn't see me here. So they put up two big signs they made out of the hurricane shutters from our house, just with spray paint. And he wrote on the signs, Robert is here, to let people know that I was here because he feared that they didn't see me. And I sold out and walked home. And that kind of sparked it. Did it every weekend from the middle of November '59 until Christmas break. Now I'm a 1-year-old little kid, first grade, not 1-year-old, 6-year-old little kid in the first grade that we worked the whole Christmas break every day. Dad put me out here every day, and that's where it got started. And then after Christmas break, Mom would set it up and leave a coffee can there, and people would put money in a coffee can and take their stuff. I'd get off the school bus right across the street, come and grab the money and then take care of customers personally. So that's how it got started. Yeah.
What were some challenges that you faced when you started, and what are some challenges that you're facing now?
Well, the challenges when I started were just, we were trying to get by as a family. And it was just a little side thing that, could take a little money in to keep my family going. And then we started making pretty good sales, and it wasn't really that much of a challenge other than having to come to work as a little kid. And then as I got older, emotionally it's tough on a kid seeing everybody have their weekends and doing things, and we working 7 days a week. Yeah, we're working, but the experience is also a part of growing up. My growing up was different than most people's growing up, simply because of the experiences I had, and I'm still having. You still get, even though we work every day, it's just like any other. You deal with crime, people stealing stuff. You deal with emotional stuff, working with people and working with family, because as it's gotten going on, all 4 of my kids went to college and they're all back on the farm, and to hold that unit together, and 3 of my kids are married, and 2 of them have their wives in the business as well, and a big integral part of what we do. And it is a challenge, but we've always seemed to meet and solve everything that comes up. Specifically, government intervention sometimes. We've had a couple times where people wanted to close us down. A lot of jealousy goes on. If someone works real hard and finally climbs the mountain and gets to the top, there's a lot of people that want to get to the top of the mountain but don't really want to work, and they go about it differently to try to tear you down. And I'm not saying anybody tried to tear me down, but there's been some things done that, but it's just how life is. Any facet of life is like.
Have you ever considered branching out your business, like making it into a franchise?
Absolutely not. I can't run this one by myself. It takes my family. And if another business is a franchise, it's got my name on it, how do I know it's going to be run to where it's representing me like I want to be represented? And it's this whole thing that we put in here with the 80 years, 90 years that we're alive. It's not all about growing some massive wealth, it's all about family. And I'm lucky enough that my family is all within 3 miles of me. Each kid has got their home. They bought their own lives. They work for me, work with me. This is their business. And it's not about, it really isn't. It's about this piece of property right here and making sure it's done right. And what everybody else does, hopefully they do it right too.
What is your signature milkshake, and what is your secret to making a good milkshake?
Well, we've got so many. It's a strange thing, but the color red is what sells the best on just about anything. And so that means the strawberry milkshake might be, or strawberry key lime, but we've got such a good arrangement of milkshakes. There might be 20 different kinds, and whatever anybody comes up with an idea, we'll make it. And we never puree or juice or blend up any of our fruit, the fresh fruit, to make it so easy to make the milkshake. We put the fresh fruit right in the ice cream and then make the milkshake. And that's the biggest thing. Some things are liquid. Passion fruit is a liquid. So it's the fresh passion fruit or the frozen a lot of times we'll cut fruit up and put it in the freezer, or we buy it like passion fruit. We'll buy a frozen fresh fruit, and then we just pour it in and go. And just there's really not a recipe. It's just everybody's been taught about how much fruit and about how much ice cream. That's the biggest challenge, keeping the ice cream at the right level so you don't thin the milkshake out by thinning out the flavor with more ice cream than you needed for that cup. But yeah, that's the biggest challenge. And just, it's like grandma makes the pie. She's got nothing measured out. She just throws it in there. Yeah, that should be good. And then it turns out you do it enough times, it's going to be good. And that's how we've been doing it ever since. The preserves and jellies.
Right.
Well, that has evolved to what it is. My mom used to make all the preserves and jellies. And 8 days before Hurricane Andrew, she was murdered in her house. And shortly after Hurricane Andrew, which was a devastating blow in our life as well as the whole community, we really took a rock. It was bad. A friend of my mom's volunteered to produce her recipes in his commercial kitchen, and we didn't really change too much at all. Her recipes still were reproduced, and he retired. And since he retired, we've had a real hard time getting anybody to work on my mom's recipes. We had to get them recertified with the health department, and can't get the big corporations, the big companies that produce jellies and preserves to produce small batches. I don't want to store a whole bunch of preserves. I want to sell them and then reproduce more, and sell them and reproduce more. And they want to do them all at one time, and it's been rough. So we got different companies that are producing good quality preserves and jellies, and it's evolved to what it is, and we do the best we can. Some of the sauces are our recipe, and the sauce crafters do that in smaller amounts, and it works out. But the jellies and preserves, but we get ramps and raves how wonderful everything is, and we might have to stick like this. We'll have to see. We're not going to get into the canning business. We're just too stressed out with customer service and taking care of the farm, because we do farm, and running the business personally.
Is Robert always here?
Just about. I'm the first in, the last out. Here recently, I have bought a Harley, and me and my wife go riding, and that we've been taking a day off a week, and that's never happened before, and it's really shocked my family that, But yeah, we just do the best we can do. Yeah. And if not me, it's the spirit. It's just Robert is here as a brand now. It's not just me. It's these people coming in. Their Robert is here. Because I'm only one person. I can't touch the customers, everyone that comes in here. But the staff is what Robert is here is. And what we do is we're trying to make a dime. But if you don't love what you do and love to make people happy, and we've had some employees like that, and they didn't last here. And this wasn't me that got rid of them. The other employees get rid of employees that don't love it. They just will not put up with someone not enjoying the shoveling out of what life is. And we shovel life, that's it. You were here the time that you spent here, and you've got to feel it. I don't know if you were you experienced on the weekend when we have our live music?
No.
No, it's incredible. Yeah.